What's going on, guys? It's your boy Scrub here, back again with another video. Hope you guys are having a great day. I know I am. And today I've got a subscriber story that was sent in that I'm not gonna lie, as soon as I saw it, I knew I had to make a video on it. And it's about the time this guy's girlfriend ended up stealing his dog. That's right, nothing says romance like kidnapping Fido. Regardless, it should be a pretty fun story, but before we get into it, be sure to press the like button or no joke, no scam, your girlfriend will steal your dog. And yeah, without further ado, sit back, relax, and enjoy. You would think that it's illegal. I'm getting quiet now. Lay low when you're rich, so I'm piping down. Making out, stack the bread, cause you love the sound. Just someone. Alright, guys, obviously, nobody wants their relationship to come to an end, you know? I feel like if you're dating somebody, it's because you think it's gonna work out. You think they're a great person. However, sometimes you find out the person you're dating is, like, secretly a military dictator hell-bent on a military takeover of a small European country, and you gotta end things. In this particular story time, this dude's girlfriend wasn't, like, trying to take over a European country. It just wasn't really working out. He didn't like the way that, it felt to hang out with her anymore. She was kind of mean to him. So he was like, all right, I'm gonna break up with her. And when you decide you're gonna break up with somebody, the best way to do it is in person, you know, so that way they get that closure that they need. And if you're gonna break up with somebody, it's probably better to just do it in person, you know. I'm not gonna lie and say that I've always done it that way. Sometimes I've wimped out and done it over text. All right, you gotta do what you gotta do. But that is the right way to do it. So this guy basically decides that he's gonna have this girl, the girl he's dating, over to his house and break up with her. So he asks her to come over that day at 1, and she comes over. She leaves her car in the driveway. She comes inside. She comes up to his room, and she's like, oh my god, I'm so excited to hang out, you know. And she's trying to, like, flirt with him and hug him, and he's just kind of standing there like, yeah, I'm so excited to hang out. And he tells her that they need to talk. And obviously, whenever somebody hits you with that we need to talk, you start getting a little nervous, bro. You probably start sweating a little bit, and this girl probably should have been, because what he tells her next is basically that it's just not working out and he wants to break up. And I guess she didn't take it very well, bro. Like, instead of, you know, oh wow, I understand, this kind of caught me off guard, I think I need to leave, she just started, like, begging him not to break up with her. Like, being like, no, you can't, don't break up with me, don't break up with me, please. And he's just like, look, I'm really sorry, I just don't feel the same way about you anymore, it's over. And I guess she was just not having any of it, bro. She's, like, crying in his room saying that he's not allowed to break up with her and whatnot, and he's like, look, I'm really sorry, I have all the stuff that you've left here, I just think it's better if you leave. And she's like, I'm not leaving, I need to see you, like, I'm not leaving, you need to talk to me. And at this point, he's like, look, don't make this harder than it needs to be. Breaking up with you already sucks, breakups are already awkward enough. The fact that you're sitting here crying, begging not to leave, just isn't gonna make it easier when you have to leave. Like, we've broken up. And she's like, oh, okay, I'm so sorry, please just give me another chance. And he's having none of it. He tells her that she needs to leave. And so on her way out the door, after, like, crying and causing this big scene, dude, she's like, are you ever gonna talk to me again? And the guy just says no. I don't know why he said no, bro. She's clearly upset, but, you know, hey, honesty is usually the best policy. So he just tells her, look, straight up, no, I'm not really interested in, like, pursuing a friendship, so no, this is probably the last time we're gonna talk. And that's what really sets her off. She starts saying that, like, there's no way that she's never gonna talk to him again, and it's gonna be impossible for her to forget about him, and she needs to hear his voice. And he's kind of like, I don't know what to tell you. And he eventually gets her to leave his house. Obviously, the breakup took longer than expected. It was very awkward. Nobody wants to have their ex just crying, begging them to not break up with them. That just sounds awkward. And so he comes back inside, and he goes over to his dog, which, you know, is a big chocolate lab. And he told me that his dog's name was Buttercup, which is a very cute name for a dog. And he goes over to this dog named Buttercup, and he's just kind of petting the dog, being like, oh, good boy, you make me happy, you know, because he was bummed out about the breakup. Even if you're over somebody and, like, you're ready to move on, it still doesn't ever feel very good to, like, hurt somebody's feelings, especially when it is somebody that you've cared about. So he was just petting the dog, doing his thing, and after a little bit of hanging out with the dog, he decides that he's gonna go play some video games to get his mind off things, boot up some Call of Duty game with the broskies, whatever you gotta do. And hey, man, honestly, you're feeling bad after a breakup, distracting yourself is the best idea. I get comments a lot like, dude, this girl broke my heart, what should I do? Distract yourself, bro. The less you have time to think about how hard you got screwed over or how upset you are, the less upset you can really be. It's not rocket science, you know? Keep yourself busy and you got no time to worry about anything else. It's the ultimate big brain play. So he had just decided to go play COD and vibe out. And I guess his parents were out of town that weekend or something because somehow he's playing Call of Duty. He has his headphones in. He's into the game. It's not surprising he wouldn't hear stuff going on. But somehow, while this dude was in his marathon gaming session, I guess his ex-girlfriend had come into his house while he was gaming. Like, I don't know if she climbed through the window, bro, pulled a Sly Cooper and like phased through some walls or what. But somehow she had come to his house and taken his dog while he was playing video games. And the only reason he even finds out about this is because he gets off the console, starts looking around for his dog, can't find him, goes to find his phone, picks up his phone and sees a picture from his ex-girlfriend of his dog at her house saying, you need to come talk to me if you want him back. If you want him back? What the hell is that supposed to mean, lady? You broke into this dude's house while he was playing video games, stole his dog, and now you're hitting them with the, if you ever want to see your dog again, you need to come to my house and talk to me. Yep, because nothing says get back together with me like threatening a dog, dude. So he sees this and he immediately calls her and he's like, you need to bring my dog back now. This is ridiculous. And she's having none of it. She's demanding that she is only going to end up giving him his dog back if he comes to her house to talk to her. And he's explaining to her like, this makes her look insane, you know? Do you realize that you literally kidnapped my dog? I've had that dog since I was a kid. Like, are you out of your mind? And she is admitting she's crazy on the phone. She's like, yes, I know, but desperate times called for desperate measures, and I know you're my soulmate, and once you forgive me, you'll see that stealing your dog was worth it. And he's like, I'm not getting back together with you, especially now that you've broken into my house and stolen my dog to try to blackmail me to get back together with you. Alright guys, I'm gonna interrupt the video for just 1 second. On screen now is actually a gift card. I give one of these away every single day here on the channel as a way to just say thank you to everybody subscribed with notifications on. If you aren't subscribed with notifications on, you might as well hit those buttons because, well, it's free. You can always unsub, and I literally give away free money, so you got nothing to lose. Real talk, huge thank you to everyone who is subscribed with notifications on. Y'all help the channel out an absolute crap ton, and I cannot thank you enough. Thank you for giving me my dream job, and I'll shut up and get back to the video now. Enjoy. So at that point, he just decides that he's gonna go to this girl's house and get his dog back because she's just like having none of it. So he goes to her house and he knocks on the door and her dad answers and he's like, oh, hey, what's up? I guess she hadn't told her parents yet that they had broken up, so they didn't think anything of it. And he's like, hey, I know this is weird, but like, can I just explain to you the situation going on? And the dad's like, yeah. So he starts explaining to the dad that like he had just decided to end things with his daughter because, you know, he just wasn't feeling it anymore. And obviously he still wanted to be friends. He was just trying to make it sound better. Like he knew he didn't want to be friends, but the dog was in the house. And then he starts explaining how the daughter hadn't wanted to break up with them and how she had taken his dog. And the dad's face when he says like, oh, she ended up taking the dog from my house to like teach me a lesson is just pure embarrassment. And he's like, are you serious? And he's like, yeah, she sent me a picture. And he pulls out his phone and sure enough shows a picture of his dog at the girlfriend's house. And the girlfriend's dad is like, oh, not again. Again? You're telling me that this lady has stolen dogs before? Like, is this her usual method to try to save a friendship or a relationship, is just kidnap somebody's pet so that way they have to interact with her? Like, imagine being a parent and this being what your kid gets down to on a regular basis. Forget staying up all night, not doing your homework, getting bad grades. Your kid is just a serial dog kidnapper whenever somebody wants to not be her friend anymore. So he's like, oh, I'll be right back. Can you just wait right here? I don't want you to upset her. And the kid's like, yeah, sure. So the dad goes inside, dude. He hears yelling, a bunch of yelling from the girl's room, which is right above the front door. And what he hears is basically like, you can't steal people's dogs. And then he hears a girl yelling back something along the lines of, but he won't talk to me. And the dad being like, and this isn't a good way to get him to. My God, dude, she really was trying to convince her dad to get in on this dog kidnapping business venture so that way they could make sure that he got a good son-in-law. So the commotion finally stops and like 30 seconds later, the door opens and the dad is just kind of standing there with his dog, and he goes, "Is this your dog?" And he's like, "Yeah." I love how the dad had to ask, was there more up there? Like, does she just have an entire puppy mill of kidnapped dogs up there of all the people that are mad at her? And the dad starts apologizing, and the kid's like, "Nah, it's okay as long as he's safe and whatnot." And that's when the dad does something that I can't believe he had the balls to ask, dude. He starts telling this kid that he should give his daughter another chance because, she's a good girl, and the kid's like, "Yeah, no thank you. How are you gonna try to convince me to date your daughter again when I'm literally standing outside here after I heard you just have to yell at her because she kidnapped my dog, dude? Like, you want me to ignore all these ginormous red flags that are being put up at the moment? I'll take my chances at not dating a girl who's gonna kidnap my dog. Big thanks though for the fantastic dating advice, bro. I don't know what you do as a parent if your kid is running around stealing people's dogs. That just seems like a very awkward situation to have to constantly get yourself involved in." The fact he said again just really explains it all. Anyways, guys, I think that's gonna do it for a video. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, please be sure to press the like button. Let me know in the comments section down below what you thought, and subscribe and turn those notifications on if you're new. If you want more content, I do have a podcast called the SKUFFED Cast. I'll put a link down below along with a link to the intro song if you feel like checking it out. And if you're in the mood for merch, the Teespring store down below does also have some pretty fantastic options. On that note though, guys, don't get anyone pregnant. If you do, make sure they're hot. And hopefully I'll see you guys next time with another video. I'm gonna go steal someone's dog. I'm out. Peace.